Hey you guys, this is Kristen coming at you live from Bethera, South Carolina, and I am super excited to come on here tonight and talk to you about the things that I absolutely love about running a network marketing business. So if you were joining me live, if you will drop a 1 in the comments to let me know that you're here. If you are watching on the replay, that means when you look up there, you don't see that red live up there in the top corner. If you will drop I miss you in the comments, and if you're new and you've never seen any of my videos before, if you will drop new so that I can give you a full name shout out. Hey Virginia, hey Tracy, hey Roberta, hey Darian, hey Bessie. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hey Christine, hey Judy, hey is it Shanlin? I think that's how I say it. I hope I'm not saying it wrong. Hey Tracy. So let me go ahead and get started. I don't want to take a whole lot of your Friday night, but I did want to explain to you and just kind of share with you some of the benefits of owning a business like I do. Now you guys, if you have been following me for any length of time, hey Roberta, hey Judy, for any length of time, you know that I was a teacher. I was a teacher in a classroom for 10 years. I have taught second grade, I've taught third grade, I've taught fifth grade, and I have loved every moment that I was a teacher. Absolutely loved my job. I know that I was called to be a teacher since high school, and actually even went along after I had been teaching for several years, went and got my master's in administration so that one day I would become maybe a principal or something. And so I fully believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that that is what I was called to do and to be. Hey Lori, hey Tracy, hey Cheryl, hey Robin. Anyway, and so when I made the decision, and I've shared that story with you guys, and it was a very heartfelt decision. It took a lot of prayer, a lot of support, a lot of time for me to consider me stepping away from that position. And just kind of let me give you a little bit of a backstory. I did share with you guys that our family did get the coronavirus back in June, which played a factor in the decision to leave my teaching job. But there's also some other things that come into play whenever I reflect or think back on my experience in the classroom and the stresses of being a teacher. Now, I have been following up with people that are in my support team, people that I help in their journey to better. Hey, Oscarina, thanks for joining me. Hey, Martina. Anyway, I've been following up with them and kind of just checking in with them and asking, how are things going? How are you feeling? Do you need any help? What resources can I give you to make your journey to better a little more easier? And I have learned that many of you are teachers, and I know that's probably because I was a teacher, and we just relate so well to each other. And anyway, as I've been having these conversations, some of the things that have come up is they have told me that they are really stressed out. They are really tired. And I, in fact, told my husband just a few days ago, I said, this month, October, for teachers, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but most teachers struggle the hardest, and it is the hardest months in October and March. Okay, October and March. And I don't know if that resonates with you at all, but I want you to think about that for a minute because, hey Marley, because that is the smack dab middle of this semester, okay? That's around the time that report cards come out, and so there's a lot of stress that goes into keeping up with the data and the grades and the assignments and, the conferences and just the everything that comes along with being a teacher. And so it's super, super stressful. It also happens to be months where there are very little breaks. And if you are, if you have any job, you guys know that breaks are very important. And so when you go a long length of time without a break, it becomes a little challenging, and it just wears on your mind and your body and things like that. Well, anyway, I was reflecting on that, and as I was having those conversations today, it made me think back to where I was when I was in the classroom versus where I am now. And so I wanted to share with you guys the benefits of owning your own network marketing business, and just maybe give you some insight to that. And I don't know if maybe any of you have even toyed around with the idea or even have thought about it, but I just wanted to expose you to the benefits of being a business owner, especially in network marketing, and share those things with you. Hey Jen, hey Bonnie, hey Lori, thanks for joining me from Texas. So I'm going to share with you 3 things that I feel like are the most amazing benefits, and I really could spend a ton of time talking about all 3 of those things, but I'm going to try. Y'all know how I am. I like to talk, but I'm going to try to like hit the high points so that I can share those things with you. But the first thing that I want to share with you is about time, okay? So the first major benefit of owning your own network marketing business is the flexibility in your time. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. So teachers, a lot of people have this misconception that, they work from 7 to 3, they have their summers off, that is the misconception. And I will tell you, being a former teacher, and I just know a teacher's heart. Hey, Susie. Hey, Melissa. And so I remember, now, technically, out of the 365 days, we were contracted 190 days out of the year, 190 days out of the year. Okay. Let me go on a little bit of tangent. I'm telling you I'm not going to spend forever on this. But, out of those, if I were to break apart a calendar and you were to look at 190 days in a year, think about how many days are in a month, There's 30 days in a month. If you take away 2, 4, 6, 8 of those days, how many days is that in a month? 22 days in a month, approximately, right? Now I need you I'm not going to do it for you, but I want for you to reflect on the math, And then I want you to think about a typical job that is not a classroom job, someone who would work a normal contracted hours job, and ask yourself, if you were to subtract vacation from your hours, how many actual days would you work in a year? I'm going to challenge you to do that math, and if you can, I want you to drop it in the comments below and let me know what you came up with. But I will say, on top of the 190 days, so we work 190 days, and we're supposed to be contracted from 7 to 3, but most days I would show up well before 7, and I would still stay well after 3 o'clock, Most of the time it was till 6, so that was 3 extra hours that they were getting a day out of me at minimum to work in my classroom so that I could be the best that I could be for my students. And that was a chosen thing. That was something that I chose to do, and most of us do. And so I don't want to say anything that's going to give you guys some negative feelings. We did it because we wanted to, But then let's move into our summers and our breaks, Let's move into our summers and our breaks. So before school starts, think about teachers. We have to pack up everything in our classrooms. Hey, Tani, thanks for joining me. Everything in our classroom. So imagine packing up your entire house in like 3 days. 3 days, putting it all in boxes and packing it away, which is super, super difficult. So at minimum 3 days, sometimes it would take us a week. Some teachers are very overzealous and they'll take 2 weeks in their classroom setting up or unpacking at the end of the year. And so if you add that into the 190 days, let's just continue to do math. And then I'm not even done there. Now, let's go to our summers. We also have opportunities where teachers will go in and they will take classes, and we call it professional development, so that they can learn to become a better teacher, keeping up with practices. Hey, Tammy. And so that they can be better at their jobs, At minimum, a week or 2 of the summer, All right, now that's in the summertime. Now, on top of that also, most teachers, you can give me some hands in the comments if you're a teacher and you know, or you have a teacher in your family and you know, they will bring things home, or they will, I remember bringing home my little laminator in my car. I would load all my stuff that I felt like I might need over the summer because I had these little projects I was going to work on. OMG, y'all, I can't tell you how many hours I'd spend in front of the computer planning out next year, or planning out my lesson plans, or trying to revamp things that I had done to make it better. Holy cow, you guys, the amount of time that I did not get paid over the summer to work. Share with you because of all of that. All right, I said I wanted to bring this back to network marketing. I have flexibility. Now, I had to earn my sick leave before whenever I was in the classroom, and I was only given those specific days that I could take off as vacation time during the summer or during those allotted holidays, which are great. I enjoyed my breaks. But let me give you an example. So this past weekend, you guys know that my family went to Disney. My business did not suffer at all because I had the freedom and flexibility to work my business on my own time. I also had the freedom to choose the vacation or the time that I wanted to take my family on vacation. I didn't have to ask for permission from anybody. if y'all think that that's a benefit, I need y'all to put me some high fives in the comments, because I know you guys know you'll have to ask your boss for vacation, and sometimes that is a stressor, right? I know you know what I'm talking about, okay? Another thing, my husband has been dealing with some health issues lately, like the last couple of days. He's gotten sick, he's had some problems, and so I've had to take him to the doctor. And so normally in a regular 9-to-5 job, or if I'm back in the classroom, I would have to request or have to put in time, and I would have to say, okay, I've got to take a day. I would have to create sub-plans, which, holy cow, you guys, those were a nightmare. I'm just going to be honest with you. Sub-plans, figure out, kind of keep in contact with my sub, checking up on my kids and things like that. I didn't have any of that, okay? I literally this morning took my children to school. I came home. I realized my husband needed to go to the doctor, and I said, we're going to the doctor. I didn't have to ask any questions. We didn't have to do anything else but just go. Now, I'm going to tell you that is a major benefit of owning your own network marketing business, okay? So the hours are super amazing. Now, that's the first reason that I think owning your own network marketing business is such an amazing thing. But the second thing that I feel like is that you also get to choose where you work. Now, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but my family was on vacation this past weekend. But I was able to work a little. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I worked the entire time, because family was my priority last weekend, and I spent most of my time with them. But I am not going to lie to you and say that I did not work a little bit, because that is a benefit to owning your own network marketing business. You can literally take your job anywhere that you have your phone with you in your hand and you have access to Wi-Fi or the internet. I am telling you, it is absolutely amazing. Hold on, you guys. I need to block this joker. Hold on just 1 second. Let me figure out how to get him out of here. Hold on. Well, I might just have to ignore him because he's being a jerk. Well, I'll have to figure, y'all ignore him. I will delete him later. Y'all don't even worry about him. All right. So then the next thing is that you're going to be able to choose where you work. So I was able to work in my hotel room at night so that I could communicate with my customers. And then even today, when we were at the doctor's office, I was able to grab my phone and I was able to still work my business anywhere. Okay, if I was at the pharmacy, I could work my business. If I was in the drive-thru, I could work my business. And so I'm gonna tell you, you can't do that with every job, but owning your own network marketing business is absolutely amazing. Okay, all right, now this is the last one. I told you I wasn't gonna spend forever on this topic, but this is my favorite, okay? This is my absolute favorite of owning your own business, okay? You are your own boss. Okay, now if I owned a normal job, a 9-to-5, I would have to answer to someone. I would have to ask for permission, and a lot of things would be told to me. Now I will tell you, with that, having like me having my own, being my own boss, does come with some responsibility, but it is also freeing in a lot of different ways. Let me tell you why. Because I was able to determine the time that I work. Now, because I'm a responsible person and I know that this is my job, I'm flexible with my time. So if I can't work during these hours, I'm going to spend my time during these hours working. So I have to kind of pay attention and make sure that I know, and still attain or give attention to my business. Okay. And then also choosing where I work, that being my own boss, that is going to be absolutely amazing because I can choose where I'm going to be. So if I know, all right, if I'm going to be in Disney and I have a couple of hours that first night that I get there and I can talk to people, I can totally make that decision or make that call. So we're deciding how much or when you're going to work. Let's say I decide, okay, Sundays, I am not going to work. No one is going to tell me that on Sundays I have to work because I am the boss and I can choose that particular day. Now, something else, this is my favorite, okay, about being your own boss is that I'll say to you, you're super, super sweet. The last thing that I want to explain to you about being your own boss, and this is an incredible thing, is because when you have your own business, you share that opportunity. And I hope that if you ever become someone who is able to grow and own your own business, that you're able to use that as an opportunity to pour into other people. But I am able to basically choose who it is that I work with. Now, normally when you have a boss, you really don't get to pick that, but I do. I have that freedom so I can choose the people that I'm working with. And not only that, I can choose the purpose that I want for my organization to take. I can decide the values that I want for it to portray. And that's super important to me because as a Christian woman, I know that in the classroom, whenever I was a teacher, I had to be very careful about the separation of church and state. I had to be very careful about not inflicting my values on the families that I was with. I could show them the love of Christ, but I couldn't be as outward as I am now. Owning my own business, this is my organization, so I can choose how to run it the way I want to. And if the people that don't like it, they don't have to like it. That's okay. They don't have to work with me. That's totally fine. And so that's the beauty of it. So I hope you got some sort of value out of this. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced any type of network marketing. I absolutely have loved it. Never ever would have thought that I would be in the position that I am today. But I am learning, I'm growing, and I'm learning that there are so many benefits. Now, if you guys don't mind, if you will share this video out, you can share it to your personal pages, you can share it to any business groups that you're a part of. If you know anyone who is interested in this opportunity, maybe they have recently lost their job, or maybe they're unhappy with their job, or maybe they're just looking for something that they want maybe a little bit more out of life. Maybe they need a hobby or something. Definitely. What I'd like for you to do is I want for you to drop me in the comments if that is you, or if you know someone, and I can give you the information that you would need in order to grow. I appreciate you guys and your support. I love you all, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.